Hi, I'm Jacquelin and these are my group members.
I'm Gabriela.
And I'm Rene.
Our topic of discussion is genetic engineering. Genetic engineering is the deliberate modification of the characteristics of an organism by manipulating its genetic material. Herbert Boyer and Stanley Cohen first accomplished genetic engineering using biotechnology via transgenesis in 1972. Transgenesis is the process of introducing exogenous genes from one organism into another with the intent of enabling the latter to exhibit a new property that can be transmitted to its offspring. The first genetically modified animal was a mouse in 1974. The experiment was carried out by Rudolf Jenisch. According to the U.S. Department of Agriculture, over 90% of the contemporary corn, soybeans, and cotton are genetically modified organisms. GMOs are any organisms whose genetic material has been altered using genetic engineering techniques.
The controversy surrounding GMOs. There is a massive anti-GMO following in America who demand more specific evidence on the negative impacts of GMOs. The idea of modifying the food that we eat presents a moral dilemma for many Americans who believe it is wrong to mess with nature or have some kind of suspicion against the facts created by scientists. However, there have been copious amounts of studies on how GMOs are completely safe for human consumption as well as environmentally safe. According to the biotechnology expert Josh Arnold, PhD, genetically modified foods in the U.S. are rigorously tested and evaluated for potential risks to human and livestock as well as potential risks to wildlife and the environment. Contrary to popular belief, the GMOs can actually allow farmers to use less and less toxic pesticides in their fields. According to a meta-study conducted by PLOS One, it concluded that on average, GM technology adoption has reduced chemical pesticide use by 37%, increased crop yields by 22%, and increased farmer profits by 68%. Using biotechnology, we are able to produce more resilient crops that can withstand unprecedented levels of drought and invasive species who seriously impact food production.
For the future of genetic engineering, scientists are trying to create disease-resistant pigs, bird flu-resistant chickens, hornless dairy cows, and highly productive sheep. Many of these GMO projects can take many years to bring to the market. That is why scientists are working on the other projects, such as making plants more resistant to weed and insects. Scientists are having a hard time with this because so many insects are resistant to so many of the new crops. Future scientists are starting to focus more on crops lost by farmers who don't have the same resources as other large companies do to deal with things such as disease and climate variation. A major struggle for these improvements will be getting regulatory approval as well as getting consumer acceptance. Overall, genetic engineering has not only produced higher and healthier crop yields, but also has contributed to a raised farmers' profit.
Thank you for watching our presentation on genetic engineering.